Feels like everything's going lower. You okay?
Was that a
We're
new
live?
opening?
Lower.
It's part of a new opening. Welcome to
Okay, I
Loud
was gonna say,
Nerdy
because
on
I've never seen
Tuesday,
that before.
kids. Hope everybody has their shots. Anyway, welcome to Loud Nerdy on Tuesday. My name is JW Colwell. I am joined as always by my good friends, my partners in crime, and we have a special guest tonight. Raven's joining us tonight. So something has tickled her fancy where she wants to yell or be angry about things, and we'll see what happens. We do expect Joe later on as well. So it should be a good night. Let me move stuff out of the way of my light. How's everybody doing? How's everything going?
Great.
I kind of had a drunken weekend in PA. So I had a 12-hour travel day on Sunday. And I am feeling every bit of 51.
I tried.
In the last 2
I
days.
can officially say this was the first birthday that the next day I was like, what the fuck did I do?
Why did I do it? It was a bad decision.
No,
I mean, I had a good time. It was way too much alcohol. A lot of booze. There was some dangerous stairs.
Stairs?
Yeah, there were dangerous stairs to get to the fire pit. It was it wasn't stairs or steps so much as boxes of rocks that were just placed going down a hill that was also just jagged rocks and thorny brush.
Nice.
So if you fall off, yeah, it was just
so be impaled or be burnt alive. Got it.
Well, no, just be ripped apart, like shredded. So it was that kind of like, you know, like sometimes you look at something, you're like, it'd be worth it to go down there, but I value things like walking and breathing. So that's how it was for me. But it was a good weekend. Everybody was great. Forgot Joe's not here, so I need to do comments. Hold on. Good evening, Ken. Good evening, friends. Good evening, Ken McKernan. Thank you for joining. What a bunch of old farts. Shut up, Ken. You're old too. First off, Ken, every third post you make is super cool, and then every second post is usually, "Hey, bad doctor's news," and it's like it's varying degrees of scary, Ken.
It's like a roller coaster.
It's like a roller coaster ride, buddy. But we appreciate it. Thank you for joining us, and thanks for.
Hey, he's got a great sense of humor. There's no doubt.
He's got a great sense of humor, and I think that's part of what keeps everybody happy and moving. We got a lot of stuff going on. I need to ask you guys a question. Here's the first question of the night. Do either of you know who this is? The card
looks familiar, but I don't know why.
It's like probably one of my daughter's friends. That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay. Well,
how old is this person?
Interesting that you both said those interesting things. So this isn't a person. This is not a person at all. This is Tilly Norwood. She is the first AI generated actress. And if you look real close, you can see all the different actresses she's compiled from.
Oh.
Like Natalie
Portman. That's why I said it looks familiar, but I have no idea. Okay.
Natalie Portman and Scarlett Johansson and Margot Robbie. Gal Gadot. So she doesn't really exist. It has sparked a crazy backlash. Also, they were doing premieres this week of certain movies like Tron and The Smashing Machine, which are both coming out. And people were kind of hit with this. So here's the story behind this Tilly Norwood. She's an AI-generated actress named Tilly Norwood. She's been created by Eline van der Velden. That guy sounds like a fucking crazy person. The founder of Particle 6, a United Kingdom-based AI production studio. So he created buzz when created buzz about Norwood when she claimed it's a girl, apparently. Eline van der Velden is a woman. When she claimed in a September 27th panel at the Zurich Summit for films that the company was in talks to sign its AI creation to a talent agency to represent her for acting folks and acting roles. Again, this prompted backlash in Hollywood, and here's the thing. As we progress through this nightmare hellscape of a timeline we're in,
well, she'd probably be the easiest one to work with.
Yeah, but
JW, why are we invoking Skynet?
It's not just Skynet. It's like fucknet. It's friendnet. It's it's just the I think we've hit the portion of the game where AI is going to come out and play, and AI, I don't, with how things have been going the last 6, 7, 8 years with our phones and social media, what concept of the life that we're all living right now gives anybody the idea that we are prepared in any conceivable way for AI? Like, and I mean this in the best possible. Even the people who have the best, like, I put my phone down when I go to bed, or I even if you have the best possible results of your
a few
AI.
months ago, you had a gun mass shooting victim that was somebody created an AI of, and they spoke at a courthouse.
Yeah,
I mean, we are inching towards Skynet.
Well, yeah, the Skynet happens when the AI gets sick of us. That's Skynet. Which, when it gets
on our current path is going to be like months,
10 days.
10 days.
But here's the thing, like, so they ambushed Emily Blunt at her big night. Like, she's out there, she's promoting the Smashing Machine, she's on the red carpet. She's like, they asked her, have you ever seen this actress? She's like, no, but she's very, she's very young and pretty, and like they had her like a teaser reel for her at all kinds of movies, like a Game of Thrones-ish movie, a sci-fi alien movie, a superhero movie, like all these different movies. And Emily Blunt's like, I've never seen her work, but she's really incredible. And then they're like, she's not real. And Emily Blunt was like, this is terrifying. This is really, really scary. Come on, agencies, don't.
That's what she gets for being an Edge of Tomorrow.
Please stop taking away our human connection.
And they're going to say, we're going to do it because we don't have to pay her.
Other people making statements. Simu Liu had a great one. Movies are great, but you know what would be better if the characters in them weren't played by actual humans, but by AI replicas approximating human emotion. Whoopi Goldberg. It's an unfair advantage over human actors, because you're suddenly up against something that's been generated with 5,000 other actors, so it's a little bit of an unfair advantage. The idea that this amalgam of performances, of, like you say, give me an AI cross between Katharine Hepburn, Bette Davis, and Jodie Foster, and Meryl Streep. What real life actress is going to be able to deal with that? Right. The best of the best of the best of the best of all time.
Yeah,
you don't even need.
I kind of keep thinking, like, okay, but in a couple years, the tech and the graphics are going to look like shit. So, like, how fast we're going.
Yeah, but
some of the older AI looks horrible now.
Right, but the test reels they showed for her, nobody could tell a difference. She didn't have the 6 fingers, and she didn't like. And I
mean, her eye wasn't floating from randomly over here for some reason for a second.
Some of it's the quality too. Like the quality's too good on the AI videos. Like you got to green it up a little bit.
So there's also, if anybody wants to check it out, there's a sketch called AI Commissioner. This company has set her up with. She already has 30,000 followers on Instagram. So this cat is already out of the bag. Now the interesting thing is SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents actors, spoke clearly at Monday. SAG-AFTRA believes creativity is and should remain human-centered. The union is opposed to replacement of human performers by synthetics, and their deal basically states that Joe, you're here.
I am.
Speaking of AI created things, Joe Ridgley, ladies and gentlemen.
Ah, that's
We
funny.
Oh,
we
so
need
it's
AI
actually, like,
to be
AI?
us so that it could do our work while we play.
Yes. Well, so
I need an AI me to do my job.
I will say that the last SAG contract that was negotiated last year, everybody involved with any productions that have SAG actors in them have to announce in advance if there are any thoughts on having AI performers. So there
Did
is
I see somewhere that Sean Austin is the new head of SAG?
Yes, he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he follows in his mother's footsteps, Patty Duke. But the problem here is this cat's out of the bag. Now the other thing is that she's being pitched to major talent agencies, and I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever talent agency takes her is gonna go out of business. So if you're CAA or any of the big talent agencies, good luck, rip the whirlwind. You'll have your precious little Tilly Norwood. Also, I hate the name. Can I tell you how much I hate the name Tilly Norwood? I think it's fucking ridiculous. But Joe, what do you think? You haven't weighed in. What are your feelings on a computer generated AI actress? Theoretically, we could have a computer generated JW and a Joe and a Jerry and a Raven.
The
Even
way technology is
I'm too
going, I
unique.
mean, it's actually not a bad thing. I mean, think about it. So Clint Eastwood wants to make a movie, and he wants to star in the movie. He can literally get filmed all the way around. They'll have a perfect cast of him. You won't be able to tell that it's AI. He can do the voiceover himself.
He's 95, Joe.
But that's what I'm
She's gonna
saying.
do it.
I'm just sitting there
Joe,
watching
you
it,
got-
like seeing him walk around an empty chair, yelling at it again.
Joe,
Or-
you got to come back in because you're scaring me because your mouth isn't matching up, and all I can think of is Joe is AI tonight.
Oh
Wow,
no!
come back in.
Joe is AI.
What do you mean?
My audio is off?
No, now it's fine. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Just trying to help. Just trying to make it as flawless. So, okay.
I mean,
so
for instance,
I'm not talking about motion capture.
Oh, but that's the whole thing. It's all one big thing that's going to start exploding, and the motion capture, you're not going to be able to tell the difference between live or motion capture AI. I've already seen it.
Andy Serkis is out of a job. Damn.
So, but think about it this way also for independent filmmakers. So, say we're in Florida, but our actor's in California. All right, so what do? We scan the actor, scan his voice, and then we can do whatever the hell we want with them. And that's going to save a shit ton of money.
That's so scary.
I could get killed in a movie in Florida.
That's right. But the actors, the way I'm looking at it and I'm thinking is the actors that we're dealing with on a personal level are getting full credit for it. It just saves money on flights, hotels, and the whole 9 yards.
But okay, so
and it's safer.
Or we used your image, but we're not paying you.
Well,
no,
that's the thing.
Where
nobody wants that.
Where it's going to get well. For example, this Tilly Norwood, she's based on 5,000 actresses' performances, right?
Yeah.
So, where's the compensation for those 5,000 actresses that she's compiled from? That's where I think you run into it. Like the idea is you can have
here's a dime, and I've got your nose on this side. Here's a nickel.
Okay, but I mean, think about it. The music industry went through the same thing with Spotify, and they're not making the millions upon millions that they were.
I just think this is different. I think you want to use it in a good way, and the people that we're dealing with are probably using it in a good way, right? But I think this is one of those things where it's like I was talking about last night with Rich. It's like that scene in The Player, Jerry, where the one guy goes, "It'd be great if we could just have no actors, no writers, and no directors."
Right.
The movies would be so much easier to make, and they would be.
Wait, who's making a fortune off of AI?
Ian is making a killing of college off AI.
He is.
Why? What is he doing?
He does websites and he does AI videos on social media for 3 people, and they're paying him to do it.
And why isn't he doing it for the Indie Escape Network?
Yeah, why isn't he doing it for us?
Get to work.
Because he's not going to get paid.
He's not going to get paid. Like, yeah, that's the problem.
He's going to get that 5 cents that was made.
We're going to send him a nickel check and be like, "Hey, I'm sick of humanity. AI can't be that far behind me." Well, I'm not. Look, I've seen too many sci-fi movies for it to not think it's not going to go.
The
well.
attitude I have is, we just bought new appliances, and you guys were talking about fucking Terminator and Skynet. Why does my new oven, my new refrigerator, freezer, my new microwave, and new dishwasher all have to have internet access?
I don't know, Joe, but I feel like if
the
I
refrigerator's going to eat me.
Well, no, I'm more scared of the refrigerator going, "Get out of the fridge, you fat fuck! Get out of there!"
Right?
What are you doing? Cut that shit out. No fucking Jello for you. Look, I just think it's one of those things where it's like I think it's too scary.
LG Think.
It needs
That's
to be
my
better.
refrigerator.
Yeah, that's mine too.
It needs to
And
be
it's got
fucking
on the
better
oven and the
situated.
microwave and the dishwasher.
It needs to be better situated.
And the washer and dryer.
So next thing, here we go, kids. This is for Raven, because Raven wants controversy. So I'm just saying it's Raven. I'm saying it's not us. No, it's me. I feel the same way she does.
You're all about drama, aren't you?
I am.
Not you. That's what you're saying.
There's a Riyadh comedy festival coming up. A lot of people signed up, taking some bags of money. Because the new way to whitewash murdering journalists and other things is either sports or comics or movies or wrestling. Like any number of things can whitewash a country if you're having problems with, like, small things. So there's a big comedy festival coming up. A lot of people are a little bit upset about it. So the people appearing include, let's see, a lot of biggies. Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, who else? Louis C.K.
Who exactly caused the controversy with the 9/11?
Comics, other comics.
Mark
Maron, specifically. Mark Maron's direct quote, because he's ending his podcast, but it was on his podcast. I mean, how do you even promote it? From the folks that brought you 9/11, 2 weeks of laughter in the desert. Don't miss it. I mean, the same guy that's going to pay them is the same guy that paid the guy to bonesaw Jamal Khashoggi and put him in a fucking suitcase. But don't let that stop the yucks. It's going to be a good time.
Well, they do the same thing with wrestling.
Well, you can
soccer,
say absolutely.
Golf,
everything. The World Cup, yes, absolutely. Qatar had more people that disappeared than any Middle Eastern country during the build-up to the World Cup. Yes, this is all true. So it's a real problem. But when you, like, where I think it gets interesting is that it's not just Mark Maron, who's clearly liberal, or David Cross, who's also liberal, of Mr. Show, who said, we can never again take seriously anything these comedians complain about, unless it's complaining that we don't torture enough and have more mass executions of journalists. So David Cross,
they went after Pete Davidson.
Also, what I would also say is it's not just lefty comedians. So I mean, one of the major people who said I was offered a bag of money was Shane Gillis. Said he turned down an invitation and a significant bag of money to be at the festival, and he basically said on his podcast, I've taken a principled stand on this. You don't 9/11 your friends, which it's a real hard sell, right?
Well,
like
he went directly at Pete Davidson, whose father died in 9/11. It was like, how could you? And Pete literally was just like, I'm getting a bag.
Everybody that's going is getting a significant amount of money. That is not That is not the concern. Is that these people will be wanting money? It's more the concern of how it's going to look.
They all had to sign NDAs to make sure that they don't say anything about the Saudi Arabian government at all.
Yeah, they
which
can't
is
say
kind of
anything.
Surprise.
It's just a weird. It is a weird play. Like we were saying
I
earlier.
want to know what Ken did for a pizza.
I don't want to know what Ken did for pizza.
It's like his Klondike bar.
I was going to say, is it more than a Klondike bar?
Nope. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything Ken's done for a pizza.
I mean, Ken, are we talking little Caesars hot and ready for $5? Or I mean, are we talking like a good pizza?
How cheap of a fucking date are you? Like I did it for Domino's. Fuck. Domino's is terrible. Little Caesars is terrible. Papa John's is terrible. I can't talk.
All the chains are terrible.
I ate Alfredo's pizza. I ate an entire Alfredo's pizza in 4 days. So I'm super happy. I had Texas wieners from Coney Island, Scranton, right at you. I had Alfredo's pizza with extra cheese and pepperoni. It was
good stuff.
People brought me shit. I took National Bakery rolls home. I've had the best fucking weekend, best food ever.
Did you take the football ones?
No, I didn't get the football ones. I got. It was really funny. Like somebody said, apparently the last time I was at Viking Weekend, which is what we call my friend festival that we do, I apparently was at the fire drunk, talking about how I can't get good rolls in Florida, and they brought a whole fucking bag of National Bakery rolls that I didn't have room in my suitcase for. So right before I'm getting out at the airport, I'm stuffing rolls into a bag. Fucking brutal.
Imagining JW trying to get on the airplane with.
Oh my god, it was hilarious. We don't imagine that. The imagination you have to have in a comedy film is that as my bags are being scanned through, just you see fucking rolls, tasty cakes, not sex toys, nothing horrible, just food.
JW, what was I'm curious. What was the weigh-in before your trip, and what was the weigh-in after your trip?
Oh, I can't do that because, okay, so I have a medical condition where I put water weight on, and during the trip I couldn't take my regular pills, so I put on 12 pounds of water. I
just meant food-wise.
Well, no, but I'm just saying
it doesn't work that way, I guess.
Yeah,
I thought he was asking about your luggage weights.
Did you have the meat?
No, he was being an asshole. It's okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I know what he was asking. I got you. So I can't say.
You're doing so well.
No, I am. I can't take the water pills until I get home. And I put on, in the past, I put anywhere from 8 to 16 pounds of water a night. Wow. But I'm in significantly better health now. It's not a huge deal. It's the lower part of my body. My legs get really extended. It becomes a cankle situation, which I don't have. So I can't do that when I'm on a trip. So if you'd asked me what I weighed in before I left, I was in mid 340s.
JW, don't worry about your cankles. Our president has one. Both.
He has 2. And at some point, there's going to become one giant cankle, and he's just going to kind of waddle around like Jabba the Hutt. In the special edition, not in the good edition. The bad Jabba that Han Solo walks on his tail and walks around it. But yeah,
the one that looks totally CGI. Yes.
I think I'm gonna be honest with you with regards to this comedy festival. I don't know when it happens, but I'm gonna tell you the only 2 that are gonna show up are Louis C.K. and David Chappelle. That would be my guess when all the dust settles. Because the other people that they're talking about are Kevin Hart, Pete Davidson.
Fluffy was just in Allentown, and now he's headed to Saudi Arabia. I mean,
I'm just saying, Kevin Hart, Pete Davidson, Russell Peters, Gabriel Iglesias, Wayne Brady, Jeff Ross, Tom Segura, and Hannibal Buress. I predict that it will be down to 4 or 5. It won't be all of those people.
Is this supposed to be a major pay-per-view event?
I don't know what it is. It's just, the Saudis do things just for themselves. A lot of these things,
a lot of these events, when you look in the stands, it's just group lounge areas of people that have way too much money, and this is a drop in the bucket. The wrestling events that have gone on, 2 things happen. One, all the female talent
is fully like head to toe clothed, which
sweating,
is
dying of sweat,
dying of sweat. And then the other thing that happens is, indubitably, because for some reason, older wrestlers, they request older, indubitably, they request older wrestlers. So the joke, you haven't heard indubitably in a long time. Anyway, the joke is that WrestleMania 45 or 44, which is happening in Saudi. For this WrestleMania coming up will be in Las Vegas. Next WrestleMania will be in Saudi. The concept is that it might be like Undertaker, Goldberg, Rock, Austin. If they'll go,
not gonna turn it in.
I don't know that.
I'm picturing is Dave Chappelle do the joke, do the bomb joke. That's all I keep picturing.
I mean, I get the argument. Their whole argument is, well, they're people just like us, and they like our humor, and I get that. But technically, they're using the entertainment industry to whitewash all the stuff they've done.
Yeah,
and it's funny seeing certain comics that have talked out, especially Pete Davidson, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. I mean, I kind of expected it out of Dave Chappelle personally.
Chappelle is kind of lost.
Every time I want to hate him, he does something good.
He's funny, but it's one of those things.
Show was awesome.
Oh no! But realize that first three. Okay, but Chappelle, really a brief history. Dave Chappelle, first 2 seasons of Chappelle Show, amazing. Him and his writing partner, a white guy. They destroy. He then has the mental breakdown between season 2 and season 3. He goes to Africa, has whatever the fuck happened in Africa.
Enlightening.
Whatever the fuck happened in Africa. He comes back. He fires his writing partner, who is his best friend. Like, they had never had a problem. They had never had anything. He came back and he believed his best friend was using him. Okay. And then, his best, Neil Brennan is the comic that helped him with Chappelle Show. Neil Brennan has done 4 or 5 Netflix specials that are stellar. They're not just good. They're amazing, including one where he did a whole thing. He did 2 mics, and it was all about his bipolar personality. So one side, he would do one set of jokes on one mic, and another set of jokes on another mic, and it was like a concept. It was like a fucking. Remember when we had comedy concept albums? Joe, Jerry, maybe not Raven, but we had comedy concept albums. Yeah, like
the wedding album.
Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor.
Why do you think I don't know about any of these things?
You're significantly younger than the 3 people here.
Dennis Leary, the 90s. Right there's one. George Carlton.
Harlan
who's the fucking here's my sign guy?
The what?
Here's your
sign. Or the redneck. I'm a redneck. I never can remember these people's names.
Jeff Foxworthy?
Yeah, all his are like.
That's not a concept album.
Are you sure? Because I live in this area, and I can tell you that's almost half the people I know.
Half the people you know. That doesn't mean it's a concept album. Wherever you're in, are you in Tamaqua? What the fuck? It's not a concept album.
I don't live in Tamaqua.
The fuck's a Tamaqua?
It's
nobody knows where that is.
It's a small town in Pennsylvania. But yeah, so I would bet by the time we get to the actual event, there will be enough of a backlash. Although who knows, maybe there won't be a backlash.
You realize you just spent over 10 minutes on this?
Yeah, I know. Anyway, let's do box office. You're right, Joe. Joe's like, let's move on. So we'll move on. Joe, what do you want to talk about? You got anything?
Yes, I do, and then I can leave.
Weird looking rock wrestling movie.
Now I'm mad at you. Why are you gonna leave? You're just gonna drop something and then leave?
He's gonna tell us about his awesome new show, right?
Yeah, but somebody moved all the fucking pictures around on me.
They're right there.
Yeah,
right there.
See,
they're right there. Also,
no, I need them at the bottom because I'm old. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
I'm just shaking.
I learned a great new fact. One of my favorite actors were into Doctor Who, and I didn't even know it.
John Candy.
Oh,
I know. You sent me
Who
about
thought
the
of
John
both?
Candy
Who
thing. I was
thought-
like, I did not know he was into Doctor Who
Yeah,
at all.
that was an interesting little thing. Like John Candy was huge into Doctor Who. He would force people to go watch Doctor Who episodes with him
I do that to people.
during downtime on movies, and they asked him like, and then I was I kind of had a side thought in my head. I'm like, oh, he would have been a fantastic Doctor Who. He would have been.
We've never had a plus size Doctor Who.
No, but he would have been a fantastic Doctor Who.
I mean, I guess you could say Sylvester McCoy, but not really.
But I'm just saying, I think of all the characters that. Well, first off, we're about to have a Candy Sans, right? That's something that I should coin shirts. But the Candy Sans is going to happen this October when the Ryan Reynolds documentary gets released. John Candy, I Like Me, right, which is based on his famous line.
When is that being released?
In October. I think it's. I don't know if it's going to make theaters. I think it should. Just for the sheer fact that I think it's like the Superman documentary. I think more people will go see it than not. So let's see. Release date September 4th at TIFF. It goes wide next week, October 10th. I
thought it was cute that they got McCulkin to get in like costume from Uncle Buck and stuff.
We were talking about this weekend. The one thing about the John Candy stuff, first off, everybody in this documentary appeared to cry during every segment. Everybody they show in the trailer is crying about him in some way or another. The other thing is, if you do research about John Candy is one of my all-time favorite actors. But if you do research about him, the coolest things are all the little things he did throughout, like not the performances. The performances are great. Like he.
Oh no! You hear stories about him being on set and him helping load shit on trucks.
The biggest story from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was they were filming the road scenes where the car's on fire and they're going the wrong way, and they were filming at like 2 or 3 in the morning, so they could get the shots going the wrong way on a highway and all those things, right? Filming at 2 or 3 in the morning. Steve Martin had a trailer. He had a trailer. He comes out. All the guys are huddled by one heater. There's no food, no coffee. He came out and said, "What the fuck's going on here?" And they're like, "There's no food, no coffee. We went over a little over budget a couple days ago, and they took the food and the coffee, and we're supposed to have like 7 or 8 extra heaters, and they took the food truck and the coffee truck." And so John Candy's like, "So you're like being punished for going over budget a little bit?" John Candy's like, "I don't like that." So he goes back into his trailer, and the crew at the time thought he doesn't like it, but he's not going to do anything about it. So an hour later, a food truck arrives, a catering truck. They had dinner for the next week. Or something like that. Like the next 5 days, they had dinner catered for the entire cast and crew. He also had heaters delivered, and he had a coffee truck come. I think it was a Dunkin' Donuts truck, or it might have been the hockey place from Canada, because they were filming in Illinois, right? So right close to the Canadian border. What is it? What's Tim Hortons? That's what it was. And so he had all that shit. It was there like in 2 hours, and the crew never forgot it. And like I think Steve Martin's going to tell the story in the movie. And then Macaulay Culkin's story is an interesting one because, if you know anything all about Macaulay Culkin, he was in Uncle Buck, he was then in Home Alone, but his dad was not a good person, and his dad still was constantly pushing him to do Saturday Night Live when he wasn't ready, pushed him the reason Macaulay Culkin had like a drug drinking problem and all the things like Drew Barrymore and everybody else, was because his dad was a horse's ass, right? So during Uncle Buck, Candy took Culkin aside, and the little girl who plays Maisie, and basically just said, if you guys have any pressure or any problems, you come and talk to me. We'll make sure everything's okay. I will make sure that your parents, if they get out of hand, I will make sure that they don't get out of hand for long. And the kids don't think anything of it. And then, it goes merrily on his way. But Macaulay Culkin at the time was becoming huge. So Macaulay Culkin tells the story like, he knew I was going to be huge before I knew I was going to be huge. And he basically said, things are going to get a little crazy for you, but don't let things get out of hand. And then the other story you hear from Uncle Buck is he put like $100,000 for each of those kids into a trust for them to be able to go to college. So there's never a bad story about John Candy. They're all great stories. Everybody always cries about them. This documentary that's coming out, it's Ryan. It's directed by Colin Hanks, so Tom Hanks' son. It's produced by Colin Hanks, Shane Reed, Ryan Reynolds. It's got John Candy all over it, and it's just like, it's going to be super sad when we get to the end, and he's killing himself with drugs and with more alcohol than drugs, because he wasn't really a druggie, but more alcohol than drugs, and just trying to make his way through almost heroes. Because he did Canadian Bacon, got done with that, immediately went, instead of taking some time off, losing some weight, and getting a break, he immediately went to Almost Heroes because it was a good opportunity, because he thought the kid from Friends was pretty good. It turns out that person died young as well. So it's, I think I'm going to be crying for most of this movie. I have no problem saying that. And I think it also has potential to be one of the great, one of the absolute great documentaries about an actor. Because the other side of it is, it's not usually when we get these documentaries about people who have passed too early, they're usually, he was a fuck up. He did drugs and he was crazy and like he pushed his family and friends away. But that is nothing I've ever heard about John Candy. So we might get to dark stuff where he was sad.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever watch his biography or, what is it, the SCTV documentary?
Oh my God, fantastic.
Yeah. So.
He's one of my absolute all-time favorites. I at one point had a Chicago Cubs jersey just because of him. I don't like the Cubs. I'm a Mets fan. I had a Cubs jersey just because I thought if you can pull off a Cubs jersey, like, I don't know. It was one of the coolest outfits.
Chicago.
If my favorite quote, Maisie, if the object of the game was to get the ball as close to the pins without knocking them over, you would be champion of the world.
Here's a quarter. Take this quarter.
Here's a quarter.
This quarter.
Take this quarter, go downtown and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face. And if I see a scowl at my niece, I'll be back.
I forgot
also,
that.
when he goes to piss, it's absolutely hilarious. When he goes in the bathroom and he's like standing against the wall and he's like trying to and then he goes into the office. We're talking about Uncle Buck. Goes into the office and he the lady's yelling in the other room and he turns to the kid who looks terrified. He's like, I'm going to go in first. You stay here. I'll wear her down. I fucking love John Candy. Anyway,
I've known the size of that. I love it.
All right, time out because I got to bail.
Okay, so do your spiel. Talk. What do you got? Do you have stuff going on? Is there stuff going on with the network? Are we getting bigger, stronger? Like we've never been. We can't be touched anymore.
Steve Austin, astronaut.
More people join.
Running in slow motion.
Okay, come on, Joe. You're bailing. Get your shit out of the way. What do we got? Cool shit, though. It is cool.
Get my shit out of the way.
We're talking about cool things. You cut me off of my talking about Riyadh comedy specials. Come on, what do we got?
Who spent an hour on Riyadh comedy specials? Hold on a second.
Were
What's
you
this?
making
He's
fun
been
of
taking
me?
his network.
His network enlargement bill.
Mr. Ryan West, thank you.
Thank
All
you,
right, so
West. He was picking on me. He was making fun of my voice.
if you guys hadn't heard already, and if you hadn't, shame on you. John Dugan from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is finally, after years of promising, joining the network with his own show.
Yeah,
And
I can't imagine where this show is going to go. It's going to be one of the most eclectic, weird, wild.
we're telling you to pull up a bar stool, make sure you have a drink,
I
or
recommend a nice
other
scotch,
things,
maybe
or
a
bottle, mushrooms. I don't know, whatever you got. Anyway, his first guest is going to be Mick Strawn, and of course, Terry's going to stop by for a few minutes to plug that awesome video he did for us, which is actually going to competitions and stuff now.
Awesome. Oh, so we can't show it. That's why you cut it off. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry. So, yes, that's going to happen.
It was going to be cool, folks. You would have loved it. You would have.
I mean, look at Mick Strawn. He's got like, I don't know.
This is an eclectic bunch. It should be a great show. It should be a lot of fun. John's got so many stories and just weird, like I can't even tell the limits of how weird it's going to be.
Stoned or drunk?
Stoned for
maybe both.
I mean, you pick your poison. Really, do whatever you got to do.
Well, I pick one.
Yeah, you can pick several.
Okay, I mean, so the next one?
For Florida, Joe. I mean, it's crystal meth, baby. Crystal meth. Full on meth.
I've already lost enough weight. Thank you.
Well, I mean, John Dugan is the crystal meth of podcasts. It's gonna be wild and weird. And
please take that as your tagline.
It's gonna be wild.
No, John Dugan is the
podcast is the crystal meth of podcasts. What I would say is Jerry and I and Joe have had conversations with him recently, and they are just it's like a religious experience.
And what we're trying to do is get him and Ed Neal on for John's second show. Ed Neal was the hitchhiker in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they're both going to a convention that Jerry's going to be close by to. So we have that in the works as well.
God, that's
Jerry, you have a job.
That just seems like a confluence of events that will get us into a lot of trouble. Are we talking Walter White quality? I don't know. I don't know if it's the blue. What do they call it? The blue. What do I call it? Is the blue Sheba? What's the meth in? It's blue something, right? Meth in Breaking Bad is.
The meth.
What blue? It's blue something. No, it's just blue meth. I'm sorry.
Blue sky.
Blue sky. There you go. There you go. Boy, I got to get that out of my browser history. Anyway,
you ready for the next one?
Yeah, this is the big one, and actually, the three people, not that Raven's not involved in our show. She's been, a very cool competitor the last month or so. But the three people here, I would say, are the reason behind this happening. I mean, we had a really good show with him. I'd recommend everybody go watch it. It was fun. We talked about old movies and what got him going and what he's into. Thomas Churchill coming to our network on the Indie Brigade.
Easy for you today.
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm still looking up meth. You got to forgive me. All
right, look up meth. The Indie Escape Network's Indie Brigade. We're bringing back the Indie Brigade, people. And returns with your new host, Thomas J. Churchill. World premiere Wednesday, November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. So everybody should be available at 10 p.m. the day before. Doesn't matter what condition you're
Jerry,
in.
I don't think he understands what happens in Scranton on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
I have no idea.
At 10 p.m. That's a
For the younger folks.
That's a drunk night. But that's okay.
There you go.
I'm super excited about this show. Joe, tell us a little bit. What was the Indie Brigade in its original conception? What was the show in the past before we got Thomas Churchill to say he wanted to come on our network and be with us because we're so genuinely and amazing?
Well, our tagline now is where creatives unite. And that was basically the concept of the Indie Brigade. But in more of like a militant style, not an asshole militant style or a Nazi militant style, don't get me wrong. Okay. But organized to...
It's happened.
Okay.
Go ahead. Organized. I gotcha.
Organized. I'd call it more of a mafia than a brigade, but whatever. Anyway, it was about having actors, directors, writers on educating the indie filmmakers, the indie musicians, life experiences, and connecting. Yes. And helping them out and giving them free advice.
He's been very nice to us. He put us on his podcasting network, and the episode he put up on his show that he has that has subscribers, and so we're thrilled that he's decided to come back and host the show. We've had other people in the indie film world that have been part of the network. They're always around, but Thomas Church, as he's called by his friends, is looking to get in and get involved. And we have a nice, growing group. We have like Terry down here in Florida, making horror films and doing cool things. And we've had Terry on before. So it is a perfect match with concept, with people, right? It's the perfect match of people and concepts. And I'm just happy we had him on our show, and I'm happy that he's more than excited to come and launch this show and give us another day of the week or day of the month or whatever it's going to be. And
we're going to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday filled.
Yeah.
Dugan's going to be every other week, but
I feel like if we get, I'm not going to lie to you, I have very high hopes for the Dugan show, but I also have very realistic expectations where it's like, maybe we get him like twice a month. Maybe we don't. But if we get him once a month, we can make a show out of that. You know what I mean? Like it's not something we can't, like it'll be an event no matter what happens.
And Gabe has Thursdays as well. So it'll be either Gabe or John, hopefully.
Yeah. And Gabe,
just no Pee-wee porn.
Wasn't going to say it, Joe. I was just going to be like, yeah, Gabe can be eclectic and interesting. But Gabe, he has a very viable knowledge of the horror movie world, the horror movie scene. He's had some great guests.
He owns props from them.
Yeah, he owns the props from a lot of shit. Nice. I was thinking about it the other day. Like he owns like real made props. I own Superman popcorn buckets. I'm very lucky to be in the podcasting business.
Gabe's a collector and a reseller, though. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm a hoarder. Anyway.
All right, I got one more thing.
We got another thing? I don't know about this.
Well, no, this is just me being, the hoe that I am. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already, please make sure you go to the Indie Escape Network on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. The hell's the @ symbol?
The @ symbol, it's Threads. That's Threads, okay. Then TikTok, then X.
I remember that
Twitter,
movie. And
then IMDb.
Thank you.
How can you be a hoe if you don't know where you're selling your hoe ass at?
I can never remember the @ symbol because I don't use it often enough.
Yeah, Threads is it's not blue, like it's not so liberal it's blue sky, but it's also not so X, it's dark sky. It's right in the middle. It's like the porridge that Goldilocks picks.
So it's blue sky.
They're calling the pound
there's
symbol
blue sky
hashtag.
and Threads. So there's threads. Okay, wait. Let's go through. I just gave myself props, mad props.
Yes, a hoe he is. Damn straight.
No one said he's a good hoe. No, I would agree with that. I could see like he'd be the hoe that get beat for not bringing all the money back.
Man, I make sure everybody has a fresh pair of knee pads.
Okay, well, I'll pass. I'll pass. Are you leaving now? We're gonna get to Twilight Zone. We're gonna get to Jerry's pick.
I'm gonna go watch you guys on the big screen in a few minutes. I'm sorry. I mean, I literally just got off of work.
Joe Ridgley, ladies and gentlemen, the perfect little hoe. Bye. Thank God he's gone. What?
What are you talking about? I knew he was going to do it.
I knew. Yeah,
I have the power here.
So do I. I have the power too.
He didn't even get a chance to get up to take a leak, and you were already. He was getting ready to get up. Oh, thank God he's gone. Oh, you son of a.
I don't know, but if I was watching this, I would just think
great.
everything was glitching out right now.
They're having a who's in charge battle.
Yep.
Who's the boss? Or Charles in charge, whatever.
Oh, he's gone. Let it go. And just, oh.
Well, since we were talking about things that involved us when we were younger, Reading Rainbow's coming back for like the first time in 20 years. Yeah, they just announced the new host.
And who is the new host?
The new host is Mikhail Treats. He is a librarian who had a very popular YouTube channel for a while.
Not giving me hand-me-downs. We appreciate it. All knee pads will be new for the hosts of Indie Escape shows. Fantastic. Yeah, Reading Rainbow is coming back. That's pretty cool. I mean, Jerry and I are about to embark on craziness. Oh, Jerry, I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So, have you seen the trailer before we get to the other stuff that we normally do every week? Have you seen the trailer for the Black Phone 2?
Yes.
Kind of. I saw it on the TV, but the volume was down, so.
Okay, so
but I saw it.
But what I wanted to talk to you about, right? So this movie's coming out. It's coming out in 2 weeks. The tickets are not on sale yet, which I think is weird. But my main focus on this movie is that, do you remember a time where like a movie came out and it was like a regular movie, but it had like a supernatural element that was like The Sixth Sense, right? Where it has a supernatural element, but it's not the main focus of the movie, right?
Right.
And then and then the movie becomes like a supernatural movie, but it's essentially kids escaping from the basement of a killer. Do you recall a time where a sequel that's on its way out, Black Phone 2, where they have completely refurbished it so that the basis of the original movie, the kids who could talk on the phone when they're dead, right? Where the killer comes back and is now essentially Freddy Krueger, like he's essentially, because the whole basis of the new trailer is that he is luring them to the place where he was created, where the grabber was created, which is like some sort of children's camp in the Poconos, I guess.
Well, at least you got that. When I watched it, I got very big vibes of what is it called? Hold on.
Wow.
I just went brain dead. Lovely Bones.
Lovely Bones. Okay.
It gave me really like heavy Lovely Bones vibes where she's seeing, she doesn't know she's dead and she's seeing the other victims.
I think the original Black Phone is better than the movie adaptation of Lovely Bones. The book, Lovely Bones, fantastic.
Well, the first Black Phone's great. I'm saying the sequel trailer, it gave me Lovely Bones vibes. Like it didn't
really. It gave me
only of that one scene where she's walking through like the woods and she sees the other victims and they're talking to her.
Right, but it's given me. He's talking about, like, in the trailer, he says to the kid who killed him, "You knew what happened when they died. You should have had an idea of what would happen when I died." And then she's sleeping, but he's choking her out in the dream. And then he rips his face off in the trailer. and he's like, I'm more powerful now than I was when I was alive.
It's Nightmare on Elm Street.
All I got was Nightmare on Elm Street vibes. All I got.
I've only seen it like once, but that's the
there's a whole sequence where there's a bunch of kids outside the fucking phone booth in the snow, banging on it. They're all dead, and then he's at the far end of the ice, and he just starts skating on non-shoes that become blades, and he's going towards the kid in the fucking phone booth. I was like, I think it could succeed because it's not a complete retread of the first movie, right? Like, I thought maybe what they were going to do was do like an earlier victim that maybe had got close to escape but didn't, right? But had the same thing happen with the phone in the house, right? I didn't know that the people who were making this movie were going to be like, no, fuck, we're all in Krueger. We're all in.
Well, the first one was really good. It kind of like, okay, it's kind of how like Megan 2.0 is a completely different genre.
Yeah, completely different, non-good.
I feel that's the same thing going on here with like. I did not think they needed a sequel for Black Phone. I thought it was I don't need a sequel. I didn't need a sequel for Matrix. Don't need a sequel for Black Phone. But if you're gonna do it and not do like another kid escaping from the dungeon, right? Which is what I thought it was going to be until I saw the trailer, and then I'm like, then why are you doing it, right? But also, unless you're creating, we haven't had, like, he was a horror icon when the movie came out, right? With the mask, like, look at how cool the mask is, right? It was super cool then. It's super cool now.
I think Tom Savini designed that mask, right?
Yes,
I believe so.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think of was there a, because you know more about, you have seen almost as many horror films as I couldn't think of a time when the first movie was fairly, basic kid kidnapping serial killer, right? Where the second movie or whatever didn't just take like a retread and then completely tried to change from partially supernatural to all supernatural. I don't think it's been done. I think that's why it's going to be a hit. I mean, it's going to be a hit because it's coming out in October, right? It's going to be a hit because it's coming out in October and it's a horror film. But if it's
first
good,
one is really good.
First one is really good.
So
but
that opens up a whole thing for them. I mean, look what Nightmare on Elm Street did. The whole dream thing. You can't kill a killer in your dreams.
Well, and it sets up a whole concept of the best concept of Freddy, which is New Nightmare. I need people to believe in me, or if people don't believe in me, I can't function. I'm essentially the, basically New Nightmare.
It sets up to keep that character alive, though.
Yeah, even if Ethan Hawke doesn't want to play him, anybody can be behind the mask.
Right.
Right.
If it's supernatural,
why would Ethan Hawke leave this role? Think about it. It's literally him stepping into, like you're saying it yourself. It's him stepping into Freddy. Like, this could be his role that defines him, just like Matthew Lillard is starting to really go, I am like horror comedy guy. Like, he's at the end of his career. He's still hot. He's still gorgeous, but he's doing TV shows and voice acting.
Well, yeah, but Ethan Hawke. The thing about Ethan Hawke,
he'll be the next Robert London, or like England. I mean, Jesus, I am out of it today.
The thing about Ethan Hawke is he is a serious, like, he is a.
Oh yeah, he has a really cool graphic novel that he wrote.
He's got a lot going on. He directs a lot of stage stuff. Like he does a lot.
He's a writer.
Also, speaking of weird casting of the week, interesting casting.
Rob Strowman.
Yeah, there you go. Shush for a second. I'm getting to it. Hold on, maybe
delightfully difficult.
You are, Jerry.
And I'm on my second bearded already. So
there you go. Would this gentleman be acceptable for Jason?
Yeah, because it's a non-speaking role.
No, no, Jerry. I want you to look at this person who's 6'7" and looks like that. Is that acceptable for Jason?
Yeah, for where they took Jason, sure.
Yeah,
again, non-speaking role. Thank God.
Yes, but it's one of those things where it's. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday. I don't know how I feel about this redesign, Jerry. The more I see the redesign, I don't know that I like it. And then I thought it was really funny that Greg Nicotero had a huge thing where he kind of said, I can't believe people hate the new redesign. And it's like, people hate the new redesign because he's kind of boring.
It's like, dude, all the stuff you did and you can't see it either.
Like I know you're going back to basics, but it's just one of those things. I don't know. I was excited about this for a second, and then in the back of my head, it went,
okay.
It's scene in
But
Pee-wee's
doesn't it kind of remind you of him going back to the Wyatt's family? He's going to be in like a outfit. He's going to have
okay.
He's big. He's bulky. And thank God he doesn't talk.
But the best Jasons are not the biggest and the bulkiest. The best.
No, I agree.
The best Jasons are not. They're big, but they're not. He's so
slow.
Big. Well,
and
no,
slow.
The slow doesn't matter. I don't mind that. I know he has bad wheels.
Can you tell who's not a fan of Braun Strowman?
I love Braun Strowman. I love Braun Strowman. I saw him at a live wrestling event where he
we talk very little about wrestling because you won't let me talk about my brand.
Yeah, because your brand's terrible. Anyway,
no, they're not.
It's awful.
They're not.
It's so bad. It's unwatchable.
Did you watch the last pay-per-view? Did you watch your WWE pay-per-view? Same night, remember? Counter-programming. Your pay-per-view sucked.
My pay-per-view had AJ Lee coming back, and she was amazing. And
in the same old storyline.
No, how was it?
I'm partial to a Richard Brooker Jason.
I'm partial to
yeah.
Here's the thing. I had the voice in my head. You remember the voice in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Jerry? I say we let him go. Right? Like I had a voice in my head where it was like, he's too big. Like it's just he's too big.
It was like
you said you wanted to talk like that, and I was like, I'm on.
It's like what your buddy tried to do with Michael Myers in his remakes.
Yeah.
Like the guy was like 7'10".
Kane Hodder was the best Jason.
I mean,
there were a lot
I could put zombies, Halloweens to one side.
Steve Dash was fuck off. Stop. No. I will boot you from the show.
But he needs like a
Speaking of Rob Zombie, by the way, that's the second time I said it.
10 feet tall.
House of a Thousand Corpses is playing tomorrow night at the Mahoney Theater. Drive-in. I'm going to be there.
Yeah. I'll pass.
I already saw Motel Hell and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And they were so much better when they were the real movies, as opposed to like, I think I'm pretty cool because I do like a horror rock show.
I'm gonna put my wife in every single role.
I'm gonna put my wife who can't fucking act.
I like the ones where they're like Jaws, starring Sherry Moon as the shark as Jaws.
Well, like I don't know, those got progressive. Like I don't know, his movies are so bad. Like there's only one that's watchable. There's only one. I'll give him props. He understood the grindhouse of a Texas 70s movie. I will give him props for The Devil's Rejects. Everything else is overproduced, lazy, garbaggio. And Halloween is the biggest pile of trash.
No, Munsters is the biggest pile of trash.
No, Halloween's worse. I don't care.
Halloween
I don't care about
has a lot of holes in it.
Halloween has Halloween holes. He literally.
There were a lot of holes, but they homaged Rocky. It's the 50th anniversary.
I don't care. Fame did.
JW, you love me. Get me a popcorn bucket. I won't buy it for myself.
What? No. I'm not buying a Rocky popcorn bucket. Get out of here. Anyway.
Why?
We're moving on. Jerry, what's coming from your basement? Aside from Raven's idea that she thinks Rob Zombies are good movies. What's coming from your basement?
Oh, no. Some, not all.
Maniac.
Okay, so this is a fantastic movie.
Yes.
An absolute spectacular movie where we,
Joe Spinell, Carolyn Monroe. Directed by William Lustig.
I met Bill Lustig. He came to Blake Monahan, who was big into horror films, worked for Troma. He did several movie nights at the theater at the Endless Mountains Theater. Bill Lustig came from Maniac Cop, and he was very nice. So here's some other Maniac.
Great poster.
Great poster. Here's a better version of it. That's a remastered VHS.
That's the one I got.
Woo! Look at this. See that? That's an eye. That's a lusty girl. That's also a guy with another girl. So this is one of the great 80s slasher films. It has been remade recently.
Yes.
It has
with
been
Elijah
remade.
Wood.
Elijah Wood.
How was it?
The remake's not bad. Actually, it's
okay.
It's like, you can tell he loves the original. And that's the other thing. Elijah Wood's big kitsch or kink or whatever you want to say. His fetish, he loves old slasher movies. So he's produced a series of horror films under his label. I think he did Cooties was another one he
Cooties.
did. But Maniac, 1980 film, a budget of $350,000. It grossed $4.5 million. So
effects by Tom Savini.
Effects by Tom Savini,
and he's in it too. He gets his own head blown.
It's got Bill Lustig is a really good director, and basically it's just this guy who's a serial killer, because his mother's a prostitute, and it just becomes he murders young women, he scalps them, and attaches their hair to mannequins. And then he's definitely bipolar because he wakens from the nightmare, and it's all these different things.
He has mental breakdowns.
He has mental breakdowns where he doesn't remember it. So and it's a gory, crazy New York slasher movie.
It's a must see if you're into 80s slashers. That is a must.
It is an absolute must. Where did we watch it?
This is on Tubi.
Tubi, by the way,
once again, Tubi.
As we coast and careen into tomorrow, just so we're clear, tonight is the 30th. Tomorrow is the 1st of October. Jerry and I will be embarking and putting everything.
Be a good start.
And Instagram. If you haven't seen it, it'd be a great start. And Jerry and I will be doing 31 horror films we have not seen in some way or another. They cannot be movies we have seen. They have to be new horror films so they can be new. Whatever. I was talking to somebody today, and they're like, "Aren't you going to run out of horror films at some point?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Think about it. We're going to get some new Halloween movies. We're going to get Black Phone is going to be one of the 31. Definitely, I'll see it in theaters. So we'll never run out. It'll always be there. But Maniac, if you haven't seen it, would be a good place to start. Let's do Twilight Zone because we have plenty of time. Twilight Zone Redux. Just so we're clear, kids, one of the greatest episodes of all time. It has many accolades if you've never seen or heard about it. So it's fantastic. The episode is episode 8, season 3. The episode title is "It's a Good Life." It's based on a short story, a 1950 short story by Jerome Bixby. Rod Serling did the teleplay. James Sheldon did the direction. Originally aired on November 3rd, 1961. Episode is one of 4 of the original from 1959 series that formed the basis of Twilight Zone, the movie. So it is an important one. It has also got the single longest narration.
Is this the one with the kid?
Yes. It has got the single longest.
I've seen this one.
It has got the single long. Congratulations. Amazing. It's got the single longest narration. So here we go. Opening narration. Also, it's got a really cool tidbit about it. We're going to talk about at the end. Tonight's story on the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a map of the United States. And there's a little town here called Peaksville. On a given morning, not too long ago, the rest of the world disappeared and Peaksville was left all alone. Its inhabitants were never sure whether the world was destroyed and only Peaksville left untouched, or the village had somehow been taken away. They were, on the other hand, sure of one thing: the cause. A monster had arrived in the village. Just by using his mind, he took away the automobiles, the electricity, the machines, because they displeased him. And he moved the entire community back into the Dark Ages just by using his mind. Now I'd like to introduce you to some of the people of Peaksville, Ohio. This is Mr. Fremont. It's his farmhouse that the monster resides. This is Mrs. Fremont, and this is Aunt Amy, who probably had more control over the monster in the beginning than almost anyone, but one day she forgot. She began to sing aloud. Now the monster doesn't like singing, so his mind snapped at her and turned her into this smiling, vacant thing you're looking at now. She sings no more, and you'll note that the people in Peaksville, Ohio, have to smile. They have to think happy thoughts and say happy things, because once displeased, the monster can wish them into a cornfield or change them into a grotesque walking horror. This particular monster can read minds, you see. He knows every thought. He can feel every emotion. Oh, yes, I did forget something, didn't I? I forgot to introduce you to the monster. This is the monster. His name is Anthony Fremont. He's 6 years old with a cute little boy face and a blue, guileless eyes. But when those eyes look at you, you better start thinking happy thoughts, because the mind behind them is absolutely in charge. This is the Twilight Zone. So this episode is batshit. This is the little boy. And just so we're clear, this is the beginning of the episode. A guy comes from the store to deliver goods to the Fremont farmhouse.
It's a really good day. It's such a good day.
It's such a good day. And
I'm surprised they didn't name the episode that, because he says it so many times.
It's things are going wrong early, because this picture, the guy says something to him, and then he says, "What are you doing there, Anthony?" And he's like, I created this monster. I created this two-headed, I think he says two-headed beaver, or two-headed raccoon, or some sort of
gopher or something.
It might be gopher, right? I created this two-headed gopher, but I don't like how it looks right now, so I'm going to kill it. And you're like, what the fuck is happening? And he holds it up. He just holds it up by its tail, and you're like, oh my God, what is happening? And then it careens out of control. It is this,
and he kills it, and the guy's like,
the guy's like, okay, that's great, Anthony. That's great, because animal murder in 1960 is fantastic.
You did that.
So he goes in and he, delivers the goods. Cloris Leachman is Anthony's mom, so we get a Cloris Leachman sighting. Never a bad time to have a Cloris Leachman sighting. And it's just, it's surreal. So all these different things happen. So the kids, there's not a lot left at the store, but I found 2 cans of tomato soup. Anthony likes tomato soup. Please make sure Anthony knows I brought him tomato soup. And it's like,
yeah, he's trying to stay on the kid's good side.
So then, it cuts to the scene where the dad's getting dressed, and they're talking about having a party, and it's television night. It's television night at the Fremonts, where Anthony will create a television show that everybody can watch one night a week. Holy fuck. Dad's getting dressed. Anthony comes in, and he's like, there's a dog barking in the distance. And Anthony's talking to his dad, and he's like,
dog hates me.
That dog hates me. All the dogs hate me. And he's like, but Anthony, we don't have that many dogs left. Mr. Somas
wished them all away to the cornfield.
The cornfield. You wish them all away. And then you hear the barking, and Anthony's like, I don't think that dog likes me either.
He's like,
and then holy fuck. And then he just looks out the window, and then there's no more dog barking. It's over. That time has passed. It then goes to a party sequence where everybody's kind of standing around like on eggshells after they watch TV, and one guy plays the piano, and Anthony doesn't like singing, so nobody actually sings. A guy whose birthday it is, they're celebrating his birthday. He gets a Perry Como record, but there's no way to play it. So it's, and then they're like, he doesn't want to fucking play it. He doesn't like singing. And so it just kind of, it careens, it becomes this just tense, awful.
Well,
everybody's so fucking nervous. Like, look at.
I like when the guy drops the glass though, and the kid goes,
"Shut up! I don't like
while the music's playing.
Don't make like." And it's just everybody like, and this is the guy who gets super drunk. He gets drunk. It's his birthday, and he's just like, you get the idea that the guy has had enough, and he's trashed, and his wife's trying to stop him. And he keeps on making noise, and he keeps on asking stuff, and he just keeps on fucking needling the kid. And everybody tries to stop him. He stops the guy from playing music, and it ends with this moment where the kid points at him.
Look at me, Anthony. That's it.
Why the fuck? There it is.
I'm a bad man. That's right.
And in the
somebody hit him in the back of the head while he's thinking about me.
Yeah, somebody hit him in the back of the head while he's thinking about me.
And this madness.
And this madness. All it'll take is one good shot. One good shot. And so he then turns the man into a Jack-in-the-Box. And you see this horrific, just shadow and everything of the guy's head bouncing. And then it cuts to this image of his full torso and head are in the Jack-in-the-Box, naked, except for just his head. And his dad comes over and says, Anthony, please,
wish it
away to the cornfield. Great. Then it shifts. Anthony kind of settles down for a moment, and it's the middle of summer, and then all of a sudden they look outside and it's snowing. And he's like, Anthony, are you making it snow? And he's like, yeah, I made it snow. Anthony, what about the crops? We don't have food. And he's like, don't worry, it'll be gone in the morning. And that's it. The episode just careens to but it's good that you're making it snow, Anthony. It's real good. And tomorrow's going to be a real good day.
You know, he's pretty sadistic if you think about it. I mean, even the TV show, he had, what was it, 2 triceratops killing each other.
Yeah,
blood and everything. And he's like
2 herbivores just killing each other. It's the weirdest fucking thing, but it is such a good episode because it is a ratcheting tension playbook. It is the way to make tension out of anything. And here's some great stuff. Closing narration. So it ends with Anthony, his father smiles and says, you're making it snow. It's real good. You're making it snow, Anthony. And tomorrow's going to be a real good day. Yeah, fuck. Closing narration. After it's going to be a real good day. No comment here. No comment at all. We only wanted to introduce you to one of our very special citizens, little Anthony Fremont, age 6, who lives in a village called Peaksville in a place that used to be Ohio. And if by some strange chance you should run across him, you had best think only good thoughts. Anything less than that is handled at your own risk. Because if you do meet Anthony, be sure of one thing, you've entered the Twilight Zone. So Billy Mumy plays Anthony. It's one of the great kid performances of all time. He is terrifying. I would argue he's probably the basis for the Bad Seed and the Good Son and any kid performance where you need menace. I would not be surprised if the kids had seen this first. Point blank. In some way, or whoever is training the kids has seen this stuff. Now, this is where the accolades for the show. First off, they were trying to make, at the time of his death, Rod Serling's death in 1974, he was working on a full-length feature film based on this short story.
That would be cool.
That would have been fucking amazing. And I wonder if it's in the public domain to be done. Also, a couple things. It is in Twilight Zone, the movie in 1983. It's one of the best segments in that movie.
Yep.
And it's directed by Joe Dante, so it has more of a Looney Tunes cartoon vibe to it than it does here. Here it's just menace. And then the other interesting thing that I came across in doing some research, there was a sequel in the 2002 revival series. It's Still a Good Life was the name of the episode. Billy Mumy and Cloris Leachman reprised their roles. Anthony Freeman had a daughter named Audrey, played by real-life actor Billy Mumy's real-life daughter, Liliana Mumy. And he's a middle-aged man, and his daughter Audrey has now inherited his powers. And then he was used in a big, huge commercial for Me Too, airing on that channel 2015, that has a Billy Mumy as adult Anthony intercut with scenes from the original episode, interacting with the adult Anthony using his powers to be Me TV to little Anthony's set in the past. So just a crazy kind of like spin-off / coolness thing with Me TV that I give a lot of credit for. And then the big thing. So it's inspired pop culture songs by the Cemetery Girls. which feature lyrics like "fresh souls in the cornfield." Anthony put them there. So there was an episode of The Simpsons, Treehouse of Terror of Horror 2. Bart is the role of Anthony. There's an episode of Johnny Really Good from Johnny Bravo. It's based on this episode. There's a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel based called The Brief Wondrous Life of Oscar Wilde that uses this episode as an analogy for life under dictator Rafael Trujillo in the Dominican Republic. There's a Black Mirror episode called the USS Callister that was conceived as inspiration for this episode. And then Jon Stewart has used it basically as a fill-in right now for Donald Trump.
Well, do you think Stephen King got Firestarter from there too?
I think he probably got something. I like the Kid
that's
Powers. I think Firestarter for me has always been more X-Men, but Firestarter for me has always been more X-Men, 80s Claremont X-Men. But the other thing that is super interesting, ready? This is also my favorite thing ever. So at some point, this was used as the basis for Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And so basically there are excerpts cut out of this, and then a voice actor was used to build up the Tower of Terror ride at Disney World. And this is the episode that they cut from the full episode, from the beginning of the episode with him standing in front of the map. And in like at Tower of Terror, it's him standing in front of the elevator. So, and also the last thing is this is named as the third best Twilight Zone of all time by Time Magazine. Behind Time Enough at Last, the Burgess Meredith episode, and The Monsters Are Doomed on Maple Street, which is the episode where the aliens take everybody's power and just watch humans fall into chaos.
It's a great episode. Season's actually been really good so far.
This season's incredible. Overall. It's like they got
they're on their wave now, right?
Yeah, they're on their wave. We got a bunch coming up that are absolutely spectacular. But next week is an episode called Death's Head Revisited. It's basically another one of the rock solid episodes where if you've seen it, you'll remember it. It's basically about an SS officer who goes back to Dachau a decade and a half after World War II, where nobody knows he's a former SS officer, and basically,
we'll wait till next week.
He meets some friends from his past that he deserves to meet.
That's a good episode.
That's a fantastic episode. It's fucking creepy as fuck. And when you're watching it and you're younger, or you're watching it and you're not, if you don't know about the trial, maybe you see it
right. You understand it more when you're older, yeah.
True. You understand it more when you've watched some History Channel stuff and you've watched a bunch of The Great Escape or Schindler's List or any number of things where you can broaden your horizons. Once you see it, it's a really chilling episode. It's not as scary as this episode. I found the tension to be astounding. So, I also do want to say a couple things really quick before we go. This is opening Friday. Have fun. Looks like it's going to be great. It's apparently the best work he's ever done on film. We'll see what happens. If you're not caught up on this, I can't help you.
So good.
Episode 6 was batshit insane. Also, you should be watching this. If you haven't watched it yet, you should be watching. And if you haven't finished this, I can't help you. I can't help you if you don't want to watch good things. I can't help you. Also got to see, I was away for the weekend, so I didn't get to go to the movies until today, and I finally saw this, One Battle After Another.
Was it good?
Holy fuck, dude.
Because I know we talked about it last week.
Okay, so it is performances are amazing. The direction's amazing. It has potential to piss off half the country. I'm going to say that right out. It does not take place in our world, but it takes place in a future world where maybe were a little bit under the weather democratically, and so it's the performance. DiCaprio. The thing about DiCaprio that is so interesting is that he is impeccably flawless, and he doesn't look like he's working ever. Like he's just a movie star, right? And he's a really good actor. And when you put him with a really good director, or you put him with if you put him in anything, like even the garbage he's been in, which isn't that much, wherever you put him, he finds something. And and his role as Bob Ferguson is protecting, his daughter named Willa. And she's absolutely like the young actress that is she holds her own with both DiCaprio and fucking Sean Penn, who I haven't gotten to yet. Sean Penn is well, first off, the actress that plays Willa is Chase Infinity. She's an up-and-coming actress. She has numerous scenes with Sean Penn, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Regina Hall. So she is not like in scenes with slouches, and she more than holds her own. She's an up-and-coming young actress, fantastic. The plot is like Sean Penn is this sociopath of a army colonel or a U.S. Homeland Security colonel or whatever. It's never really stated what he is, but he's clearly military. And basically, DiCaprio is in love with Triana Taylor's Perfidy Beverly Hills is her name, and they are part of a terrorist organization called the French 75. And she gets pregnant, and when she gets pregnant, DiCaprio becomes a father. And once he becomes a father, he doesn't want to do the cause anymore, and so they go into hiding. She gets captured by the police on a night when he's watching the baby, and then it becomes this 16-year time flip. And Stephen Lockjaw, even though he has captured the bad lady he doesn't like, he now wants to capture DiCaprio and the daughter, and it's the most original movie of the year, right? I mean, we're not going to say Sinners or Weapons are original. Witches and Vampires are not really original. This is the most original movie of the year. It's also got, and I don't say this to you lightly, Jerry, or anybody listening, it's got a 15-minute car chase that is right out of Duel. It's in the Southwest, and it's like hills, and the camera's like right on the hills, and it's mesmerizing to watch. It's a 3-car car chase, and it's like it's shot from the road, and then it's shot from above, so you can see like on all these wavy hills, you can see all the cars in their various spots, and it's
just to add intensity to it, right?
It's not just the hills, the waves of the hills, and then it's higher tracking shots, so you can see all the cars at their different positions on the road, one catching up to the other catching up to the other. And then you piece in all the actors either looking at their rear view mirrors and maybe seeing the top of a hill but not seeing anything, and then the car comes over the hill, and it's fucking brilliant. It is so brilliant that I was thinking about it. It's one of the best car chases ever put on film. And then I had read something where DiCaprio and Benicio del Toro's in it also. I forgot that. He's also in it, and he plays a Latino black belt karate instructor. It's an incredible movie, and there's a lot of weird stuff in it, and it's just amazingly fun and engaging, and just it has these 3 performances, Chase Infinity and Penn. Penn is the person I was thinking of immediately with Penn. I was thinking of Anton Chigurh. It's that kind of performance where every time you see him, you're like, oh fuck, I hope he doesn't shoot somebody in the fucking knee, or fuck. Why is like, and he's twitchy, and he has a walk, and it's he does a thing with his mouth where it's like, and they call him Lockjaw. His last name's Lockjaw, and he's doing things with his mouth. And it's just a performance you can't get out of many actors. So I think we're going to see Oscar nominations up and down the board. I think like Warner Brothers. I think Warner Brothers for me has 3 solid. If we're doing 10, Warner's for me has 3 on the list right off the top. Warner's has this, One Battle After Another. Warner's has Weapons, and Warner's has Sinners. Which, by the way, the funniest thing, there's an article somewhere where like Weapons and Sinners are going to be up for Best Picture. Yeah, no shit. No shit. They're the most creative movies this year. So, yeah. Fucking, yeah, of course they're going to, yes. Also, you want to keep Ryan Johnson happy. Ryan Coogler happy. Keep him happy. Because he's going to be doing great stuff. Whatever Coogler wants to do, he can do whatever the fuck he wants, right? Keep Zach Kreger, the director of Weapons, happy. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Now, this movie only grossed $22 million, but it was higher than what they were expecting. So that's good, but it has a huge price tag. It's got a $150 million price tag. So I hope word of mouth gets out. It is excellently shot. It's a great story. It's 2 hours and 46 minutes. So it's kind of epic in scale, but it's very much a personal 3-person movie. Father-daughter, crazed, sociopath, hunting them down 16 years after the fact. The scenes you've seen with DiCaprio are part because he's part of the secret organization, but he becomes a pothead alcoholic and he can't remember any of the fucking passwords. So there's a 10-minute sequence where he's calling the people to get him out, him and his daughter out, and he calls, but he can't remember the password, the 4th password to get the pickup and rendezvous point. And then he's like, I want your supervisor. And it's just like this, it becomes this hysterical, like, you know, and just this amazing thing where like the father he's a big part of the rebellion or the revolution. But once the daughter comes, he becomes a dad. And so the question becomes, do you like, we have to protect her now. Like we can't fuck around over here anymore. And then, the mom can't handle it. So they break up and she goes their separate ways. And it's just, it's a really good movie with really good actors and a really good director and one of the best chase sequences you'll ever see. And the thing is, I was waiting for the chase sequence because I'd heard about it. And then you don't know, like, you keep on, it's like, is this the chase sequence? It's like, no. Is this the chase? And then you're in it and you're like, this is the chase sequence. Now I understand. Because it's wavy desert roads, Cherry. And it's just up and down the road, like up and down the roads, up and down the road. Reminded me very much of Duel.
Like Duel. And that's another movie everybody should see.
Everybody should see Duel. If you haven't seen Duel, you should see Duel. Let's do comments because I haven't done an all show. I think my epilepsy just kicked in. I think that was when we were doing all the twists where Joe was coming back. Like The Purge, a little bit like The Purge. Kane Hodder for Life. What else? Is that it? That's it. Oh, we did them. We got them all. Okay. Jerry, where can people find you?
Right here.
Every Tuesday night. Yes, they can find you here.
Well,
TikTok. You got a Slapjaw show coming up, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing a show on October 19th at the V Spot. It's a Sunday show. It's a benefit. And then we're doing a Halloween show at the Moon Ballroom in Dixon City.
Awesome.
And then we're doing a Toys for Tots at the Moon Ballroom on December 5th.
So you need to get me posters for those shows so we can promote them the next couple of shows, right? Also, I do want to say, here are the rules for 31 for 31. I will be putting it up on Facebook, but I'll also be putting up at the Loud and Nerdy page. I would like you to do the same with like a brief review. Hey, I watched this the first time I watched it. Like it a little bit, don't like it a lot, whatever. This sucked. Whatever you're gonna do.
That.
We can do, and we'll try to do it once a day. Or if you're behind, you catch up. I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday, so I'm probably going to do 2 tomorrow, and then I'll post the second one on Thursday before I go to Halloween Horror Nights. So I'm completely caught up, but I'll be busy walking around. Raven, where can people find you? Are you doing stuff? I know you do stuff.
Yeah, I got Rocky Horror this weekend, so I'll be at the Pocono Cinema Cultural Center
50th
on Saturday, and then it's one of our Rocky Horror shows. Rocky Horror season has kicked in.
I gotcha.
And then on Sunday, I will be going to the Mahoning Drive-In to see the Vincent Price Nights. We're going to be doing Scream again and The Raven.
What are the? Oh, okay. I wish they should have done the Tingler. I would have wanted to see the Tingler.
I don't know. This is the third year in a row they've done it. So they might have played it before.
Abominable Dr. Phibes, the Tingler, House on Haunted Hill. I would like the Tingler's a must. Like, ask them.
I like Tales of Terror though. I
have to go. They're playing The Raven.
Fair enough. Also, a Theater of Blood is also an underrated Vincent Price.
That's a good one too.
But the Tingler, ask them about the Tingler and William Castle. See if they have if they can get the Tingler. I would love to do a night where I come back home and do a Mahoning driving night with the Tingler, because the Tingler is the basis.
Well, you can go on their website and actually nominate different movie nights.
But why would I do that when I have you, who's like a good a bastion of the network, who can say they would like to do a Tingler night.
I don't have that much.
I would like, no, but you can say hi and anyway.
You have to go up. Listen,
JW Colwell. You can find me JW the Movie Guy, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, IMDb. I'm here every Monday night. I'm here every Monday night on the network doing Generation Movie. Although we will be off next week because Rich has something to do. And then I'm here every Tuesday night with these crazy people. Thank you for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great night. We went super long tonight. Go see one battle after another. It's people bitch, Jerry, right? We hear this bitch all the time. There's no original movies being made. Nobody makes anything original. And then the original movies come out and everybody's like, I didn't go see that.
Right.
Okay, fuckhead. Thank you. But yeah, I am happy about one thing. The Strangers Chapter 2 bombed this week. And it bombed hard. So congratulations, because I see
we're getting a Simpsons movie too?
Yes, we are. 2 weeks after Superman, Man of Tomorrow.
Well, they weren't going to put those up against each other.
But yeah, there's the screenplay for Man of Tomorrow. Tell me we're not getting Brainiac. Thank you very much for joining us.